Hi, welcome to this page of the notes. This is going to be, in my opinion, the easier direction to go when it comes to these verbal expressions and algebraic expressions. On the previous page, I gave you the algebraic expression. You had to write out the verbal expression, and they're not always going to be the same. You can write a perfectly good verbal expression and it look slightly different than mine or your neighbor's or somebody else's. That's okay. In this case, what we're going to be doing is I have given you the verbal expression. You're going to write the algebraic expression. In this case, there is no ambiguity here. They're always going to come out the same way. There's only one way to take that verbal expression and write an algebraic expression and have it be correct. So let's go ahead and give some of these a shot. Feel free to work ahead. Come on back and check your answers once you've gone through them. So here we go. We're going to start with this first one. And what you're given is you're given 2 more than 4 times the cube of a number. Now they don't tell me what the number is. So I get to choose my own variable. I think most of you will probably go with x. I will as well. So my number is going to be x. What they tell me is that number is cubed. It's the cube of a number. So I don't know what that number is, but whatever it is, it's going to be cubed. They also tell me that it is 4 times the cube of that number. So this guy right here, whatever this number is, it's cubed, and it needs to be multiplied by 4. Now here's where you could be slightly different than me, but we'll try to be consistent here. It says 2 more than 4 times the number, so I know I need to add 2. But you'll remember the previous notes, we said the commutative property for addition says that order doesn't matter. I could add the 2 on the end and get the same answer. I could put the 2 out front and get the same answer. Here's what we're going to do. Since the statement is written with the 2 more than 4 times the cube of a number, in this order, 2 more than 4 times the cube of the number, I have 4 times the cube of a number, and then we will add 2 to that. If you recall back to the previous page of these notes, I had that problem where I had g minus 5, and we wrote that statement as 5 less than a number g. This is the exact same thing for addition. What they've done is they've switched the places of the 4 times the cube of a number and the 2 in order to write it this way. It's exactly like me doing 5 less than a number g. The g would come first, you would subtract 5. Same thing here. The 4x cubed comes first, and then we need 2 more than that, so we'll add 2. So please read these statements very carefully as you're writing your algebraic expression. That way we should all get them to be the same. But again, don't worry about it too much, because if you put the 2 out front, you're still going to get the same answer as everybody else. Commutative property says order doesn't matter. Let's try another one. Oh, this is a great one. So this is actually a term we didn't see on the previous page of the notes, so I'm glad it shows up here. Quotient. Quotient, of course, is a nice fancy word simply meaning division. So we're going to be dealing with division. I also have 5 less than a number 12. Well, we recognize that from the previous page. We know that that means subtraction. Here's what I want to warn you of on this one before we do it. Remember, division and subtraction are not commutative. Order matters. Please be very, very careful here when you are writing this statement. So what we've got is we have the quotient of 5 less than a number. So that means I'm going to have some number, a number. They don't tell me what it is. Pick your own variable. Let's do y this time. So I have some number, y, less than, or I'm sorry, 5 less than a number y. So my number is y, and I need to put 5 less than that, so I subtract 5. Order matters. You cannot have 5 minus y. That is not the same thing. Please make sure you have it written in the proper order. I'm told it's the quotient of that, 5 less than a number, and 12. Well, the 12 is going to be my denominator because quotient means division, right? So the 5 or the y minus 5 is my numerator, the 12 is my denominator, and you've got that one all taken care of. Let's try another one. The cube of a number increased by 4 times the same number. All right, we got all kinds of stuff going on here. In fact, we even have increased, yet again, another fancy way of simply saying addition. So let's just run through this and see how it goes. They tell me the cube of a number, but they don't tell me what the number is. We get to pick our own variable. Let's go back to x. X cubed, it's increased by 4 times the same number. Well, increase means plus, and then it would be 4 multiplied by that number. They didn't tell me what the number was, but I already assigned a variable to it. I called it x. It'll have to be x again. Don't switch the variable. This number and this number, whatever it is, it's the same number. Once you assign a variable, keep that same variable. Don't switch it up. They would be different numbers at that point. Okay, one last one here. We have 3. 3 times the difference of a number and 8. Here we go, difference, great, we saw that on the previous page. It's subtraction, so let's go ahead and take care of this one. We have 3 times the difference of a number and 8. First, let's write the subtraction. They don't tell me what the number is, so we're going to do x minus 8. Please be very, very careful here. Order does matter with subtraction. They want you to find the difference of a number and 8. In this case, order matters. The number comes first, the 8 comes second, the difference of a number and 8. If you were to switch it, 8 minus x is not the same thing. Please be very, very careful when it comes to subtraction and division. Order matters. So we're going to want to make sure we get a lot of practice with this. You'll get an opportunity to in the homework. The reason that I put it in brackets is because it wants me to do 4 times this difference. So I got to put that in parentheses because I need to do that difference first. Then we multiply it by 4. So it is 4 times the difference of this number and 8. Yes, you may need to, at some points, put grouping symbols in there. Don't let that throw you off. Just get a little bit of practice here doing these, and you should be just fine. That takes care of this page of the notes. Head on over to the next page. I'll meet you there.